Howdy folks, I got a new to me Amaro that we're gonna try out today. It's dark, it's rich, it's from California. It's Brucato Woodlands. Let's go. Okay, so let's talk about Brucato, which, by the way, is where I got this hat. It's from California, and it's named after a fella named John G. Brucato, who founded the San Francisco Farmers Market. So that's kind of neat. The folks at Brucato are very into using California ingredients in their Amaro. They have 3 different ones at this point. Orchard, which is, as far as I can tell, more of like a Campari, like a red aperitif. They've got Chaparral, which sounds to be more like a green chartreuse. That was not included in my green chartreuse showdown, but maybe someday I'll do that. The one I got is called Woodlands, and it's, more of your traditional kind of Amaro. Now these cost $45 here, which is kind of a lot for an Amaro, so I only got the one bottle. I might try the other 2 styles maybe at a later date. So we're gonna give this a try. It is 21% alcohol by volume, which is not super high. Now on the bottle, it says it's got elderberry, fig, and cacao. Immediately on the nose, you get like a ton of fig. I'm not really detecting elderberry, but it's possible I don't really know what that tastes like. It's very figgy. You get a lot of fig, which I kind of love. Just a hint of chocolate. Elderberries are like a dark, kind of like a huckleberry maybe, or a blueberry, sort of a dark fruitiness. You don't get a ton of like actual berry flavor, but it's definitely sweet-ish. It isn't super duper bitter like some of the other newer American Amaro, but it's got a sort of zing to it. Not like an overwhelming bitterness or bitter aftertaste. It's more of a front of the palate, a slightly sweeter. This fig and chocolate are sort of more in the front, and it doesn't have a super long lingering bitterness, but just like a sort of a shorter, like bitter jab at the end. I'm not sure if it has truffle in it, but it's got that sort of rich, fatty kind of truffle vibe to it. I don't know if there's truffles in this, but it reminds me of, there's one called Americano, which comes from Seattle, that does have truffle in it, and it's kind of in that vein. And if you've never had that, then that comparison will not mean anything to you. Okay, but we're gonna try this in a drink. A while back, I made Fig Shrub, which was so delicious, I drank it all. But with the Dunnings, I did infuse some rye, so I still have some Fig Rye, and we're gonna use that in this drink. It's gonna be a kind of Fig Manhattan. We'll use the Fig Rye plus some regular rye. We'll use the Brucato in place of some of the vermouth. Because this is a little bit sweet, we're gonna use our Dopo Teatro vermouth, which should have a little extra bitterness. Angostura, of course. And I'm gonna throw in some of these walnut bitters, cause why not? Let's mix it up. We did it. We made our Figgy Manhattan. Let's give it a taste. Boozy, lots of rye, but a very strong fig taste. That's probably mostly from the Fig Rye itself. This is rich. It's got a nice sort of bitter aftertaste from the vermouth we chose, but it's pretty complex. It's a little tiny bit sweeter than like a normal Manhattan, which I love that. We've got a beautiful big fat Marasca cherry in there. Amazing. But I will say this does not feature the Brucato. Should I call it Brucato? I should probably call it Woodlands, because it's Woodlands by Brucato. If I say Brucato, you don't know which of the three I mean. The Brucato Woodlands. It features it only a little. It only has a 1/4 ounce in it. While I was doing research for this video, I thought, you know, we should have one with that uses more of it, and I was looking on their website because that's what you do, and usually the drinks that are on like a producer's website are not very good at all. But I saw one on there that piqued my interest. It was called the Junction House. We're gonna mix it up right now. All right, we did it. The Junction House. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Junction House. Let's give it a taste. Well, like the Brucato and the coffee go really nicely together, actually. It's sort of a battle between like the fig and the coffee. It's a little hard to tell who's more present, you know? But the scotch is really nice too. I guess it's like a coffee scotch aftertaste. And coffee and scotch are a great combo, by the way. It's just like sort of pretty rich, sort of lower ABV, old-fashioned variation. I mean, that's pretty good. And like I said, the recipes that are on websites or on the backs of bottles, not usually very good, but this one's actually pretty good. All right, so a couple of conclusions. This Brucato Woodlands is pretty good. It's unique. You know, I don't see a lot of figgy liqueurs out there, let alone figgy Amaros. It's dark, it's rich, it's not super bitter, it's a little expensive. $45 is sort of the high end you would pay for an Amaro, but you know, it's a small company just starting to get going, so you know, small production runs, I'm sure. Anyway, pretty good. And yeah, I like to try new things, so like $45 isn't out of my budget to get a fun new bottle. Though I'll probably wait to try the other ones, which sound more like things I've already have, like, you know, Campari and green chartreuse. But anyway, if you can get this where you live, I suggest giving it a go. All right, just one more thing to try. That's Amaro Latte. I'm gonna do the new template, of course. We'll do Brucato Woodlands. And I think I'll throw in a little of this creme de cacao, because I feel like things that go with coffee also go well with chocolate. And this has a little chocolate in there. Maybe we can riff on that. A little bit of honey syrup, of course. Let's see what we think. I don't know why, but this did not foam up nice. I don't know what it is. It could be something in the Brucato that is more acidic. I did get a sort of a acidic vibe from it earlier, but I don't know, a little bit of a failure. Let's just see how it tastes anyway. Well, chocolatey, and you know, the foam isn't happening for me. Well, you win some, you lose some. Let me know what you think down in the comments. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.